Assalamu alaikum, dear students of second year English of Dhaka Women College. I think you are well, and I am also well by the grace of Almighty Allah. You know very well, after a long time, I am going to meet with you. Due to coronavirus, a global pandemic and dangerous disease that already affected the whole world. For this reason, we should have to remain in the house. But you should never forget it that you are students. So you have some duties. And what are the duties mainly? Study, and study. Now, you know, you are the students of second year honors of English under National University. In the meanwhile, National University has declared to take online classes. So, Dhaka Women College has started to take online classes. And I, you see me, Sheikh Jahangir Hussain, head of the Department of English, like to offer some lectures only for your benefit. Maybe the lockdown can continue for a long time, but you will appear in the exam. So I think you should have to make a good preparation for your final exam. Now, in the meanwhile, especially in second year, course number 221101, and it is, I think, drama. So I think drama and introduction to drama. And there are 5 dramas here. So before closing the college, I had a lot of time to deliver a lecture about my course. And there are 5 dramas: Oedipus Rex of Sophocles, As You Like It of William Shakespeare, Hans and the Man of G.B. Shaw, and Riders to the Sea of J.M. Singh, and also The Lion and the Jewel, Wale Soyinka. I have completed, I think, 4. Only one was already. I have given some lecture of Wale Soyinka of The Lion and the Jewel, but I think it was not completed. So I like to give another lecture with a view to you, only for your benefit. So dear students, please be attentive. You have seen here The Lion and the Jewel of second year English. First of all, I like to say about life and voice of the writer. The nickname Wale Soyinka, the Greek name, the short name Wale Soyinka. Actually, the real name is big. Akinwande Oliwole Babatunde Soyinka. The short name is Wale Soyinka, who was born in West Nigeria, most probably 1934, in a town. And the name of the town is Eljibu Isara, near to Abakuta of West Nigeria. And he was the second son of his family. His father was a school teacher of Nigeria, West Nigeria, and his mother was a owner of a shop and also a local political activist. So very closely we know about the family. Family is an educated family. When he was only 5 years old, during that time, the Second World War broke out. Second World War broke out. Ultimately, he had to see the suffering of the global people remaining in the house. How? Being an educated family, fortunately, in his family there was a radio and some other apparatus like electricity. So very easily he could see the real picture of the society of that time. And it was 1939. You know very well. The Second World War started in 1939 and it continued 45, near about 60 years. The total world were divided into two groups. And the sufferings of the people were untold. But it was mainly dominated and created by a German leader, Adolf Hitler. You know about Hitler, who was the citizen of and the chief of army of Germany. Wale Soyinka knew about Adolf Hitler, but he had a bad impression about Adolf Hitler. To him, Hitler was a great devil and evil force. But by this time you should know his father was a Nigerian, was an African, and he had a belief in African culture, belief, tradition, customs, values. But on the other hand, his mother was a Christian. So actually Wale Soyinka had a great impression upon two culture, Christianity and also Nigerian or African culture, and especially his father was Urba raised in Africa, and it is a great publication in Africa. About when 1940, when he was 6 years old maybe, he admitted into a school, primary school. And the school's name is St. Peter Primary School. Then he went to Abakuta Grammar School. And from this school he won some special prizes for his extra quality. In 1946, he was accepted in government school. So we can understand very easily that actually he was a very scholar from his childhood. And the college school was Ibadan. It was actually a elite school, only for the elite societies students or children can go there. Then Soyinka went or moved to Lagos, where he became a clerk. And during that time, he had some opportunity to write plays, short stories. And the plays and short stories were published in different, especially radio broadcast in Nigeria. In 52, he begins studies at University College in Ibadan. And the college was related in connected with the University of London. So, in that college, he actually studies English literature, Greek, and Western history. So, it is easy to say from his school and college life, he was impressed by different type of cultures and situations, and he was promoted from one after another only for his brain. In 94, Soyinka moves to London, where he begins studies in literature, especially English literature, especially under the supervision of most probably Wilson, a very intellectual person of the time. And from that he earned different type of degree, but MA degree. Soyinka decides to march European traditional theatre. So he wanted to write the drama. First of all, he wrote some dealers when he was a student of Leeds University in London, and he studied especially English literature. But he never forget his own ideology, own culture, native system, customs, etc., etc. In the second year, maybe 58, he wrote songs, Dealers. 59, he wrote The Lion and the Jewel. The Lion and the Jewel. The lion is an animal. Jewel is gold, very precious. But two have a values. Of course, we would like to discuss them. But actually, The Lion and the Jewel, a comedy which actually aroused the interest in several members of London Royal Court Theatre mainly. Wale Soyinka, he was studying doctorate degree, but leaves his doctoral degree, studies and moves to London, where he works as a playwright. And this plays were displayed in Ibadan. In 1960, he was awarded with Rockefeller Research Fellowship. Not only this, actually, Wale Soyinka had a great life, a precious life, a delicious life. And during his lifetime, he wrote a lot of dramas, short story, radio play, etc., etc. In a word, actually, we cannot describe him. But once he became a senior lecturer in Department of English Language at the Lagos University, And in his political speeches at the time, he was criticized. You know very well, most of the writers in every country normally who had a great patriotism, they are they wrote about their culture, about their position, about their tools, about their atmosphere, environment, values, native language, etc., etc. So sometimes these writings can be beyond of the government, and government became angry. But before going to deliver actually lecture of Wale Soyinka, you should have to know when Wale Soyinka was born, during that time Africa was dominated by the British. You know, once the whole world was dominated, was ruled by the British. They are called the Rus, including in the subcontinent of India, dominated by the British near about 200 years. They dominated us and they took all from us. Like the throne of Shah Jahan was taken by the British to their country, and it was now in their National Museum. Sometimes we call them thief. Not only this, you know, America was dominated and ruled over by the British. So these, and including Africa also, and some of the European countries were colony. They were also dominated by the British. All our lands, Switzerland, Scotland, Netherlands, all our lands are dominated by them. America became independent in 1776 under the strong leadership of George Washington, I think. So, Wale Soyinka was born during that time when it was colony. So, the colony people were not free from all kinds of facilities. They had to go a very hardship. They were dominated by the other. বাংলায় বলা হয় নিজ দেশে পরবাসী. They Africans are the people, but they are black, you know. They are black, and the British are white. So there is a collision between two races, black and white. And the British always remember them that the blacks have no any power, no any rightals. They have come in this world only to work, and the white people can enjoy everything, but the black people will not get anything. Sometimes the British called them dog. We know. Not only these, sometimes we see dogs are, blacks are treated than the dogs. The blacks have no any civil rights, voting rights, job rights. Their main duty only to work. So very short. And you know, in Bangladesh, in subcontinent of India also, were ruled over by them. And we had to go once upon a time a hardship life, difficult life we had to pass once upon a time. After a long struggle, they were bound to leave this country, most probably 1947. So, come to the point, dears. Lion and the Jewel is written by Wale Soyinka. It is. And the writer became very famous by his own writings, especially drama and short story, playwright, etc., etc. He had a great life. In 1986, actually, he was worldly worldly known when he was awarded the Nobel Prize for his special writing over hatred, dictatorship arrangements, and political violence of Africa reigns. The Royal Swedish Academy awards him with Nobel Prize, and it was his great achievement. But in 97, he has been charged with treason by the government of the time of Nigeria, maybe General Sumni. So he had a long, great and beautiful life. So only I have given you about the life and works of Wale Soyinka. I think the next time I like to go through the other topics, and it will be very helpful for you, I think. Suppose the theme of the drama, the characters of the drama, the historical and social background of drama. So you have a book, I think. Please go through the text, that is historical and social background. Historical and social background. Of course, it will be read by you, and then I will deliver a good lecture with a view to you, because you can know more and more if you had gone through the book. Historical and social background. Historical and social background. Historical and social background. B-A-C-K background. G-R-O-U-N-D. So, my dear students, I know you are very talented scholar. So, please don't stay without your book. Please study, because you should have to appear in the final exam. So be ready, and I shall try my level best to deliver the lecture. Most probably only one book is unread or undelivered, but already I have given the suggestion of my other teachers to give their lecture with a view to you. So be attentive and be alert for your life, and stay home and be safe and maintain the social distance. Okay, my dear students, and follow the rules and regulations of the health tips declared by the government. Okay, inshallah. See you in the next class. Thanks. Great. Allah Hafiz.